It's the NFL on EA Sports, as we see a team who left LA take on a team who came back home. It's the Raiders and the Bolts, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405, one of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
Cameron Dicker has the ball teed up as we get underway. And off we go from SoFi. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Raiders offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, drafted back in 2019 out of Washington State. It's Gardner Minshew.
Don't let this guy's laid-back personality fool you, Mike. He is a tremendous presence to have in your quarterback room. Not only does he have the ability to manage the game at a high level, but your team has a legitimate chance to beat anyone in the league whenever he's under center. Now, I don't know if I'd classify him as a long-term solution, but he's certainly someone every franchise they would love to have.
Now he'll run it.
You know, Mike, nice job here by the quarterback, just understanding on these early downs, you just don't want to go backwards. So he's able to avoid the negative play, pick up a little bit, and mostly avoid the sack.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Finding Terrace Marshall for the completion. They get 14 on that hookup. First down, Vegas.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Now it's the veteran, Amir Abdullah. And he's pushing tacklers away as he takes it forward for a gain of 9. Second and a yard. The first run for Alexander Madison. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. Here's Minshew. Open man. That's Trey Tucker. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Raider first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. Again, it's Madison. And he will take this down close to a first down pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. They'll stick with Madison. And he is going to have the Raiders first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
On first down, here's Minshew. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he's in. Michael Mayer, touchdown Raiders. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Daniel Carlson on to attempt the extra point. His kick is good, and the Raiders will take a 7-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here's Darius Davis to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So here come the Chargers, the offense getting set to come out, led by their quarterback, the 6th overall pick of the 2020 draft. It's Justin Herbert.
His skill set can be determined by the letter A. Arm talent, accurate, athletic, and he's got a kind of aura about him. There's something special that they know when he's under center, we have a shot. First round pick. He's got everything you want for the quarterback position. He needs to take that next step from being a legitimate bona fide franchise quarterback to a superstar in the NFL.
And he'll be brought down up past the 35-yard line.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Now the former Ohio State Buckeye, here's J.K. Dobbins. He'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
Now Herbert throwing on second down. To the left side, catch made by McConkey. It's a pickup of 13 yards. First down, L.A.
Throwing with anticipation, it not only requires the confidence in both your accuracy and the timing, but it also forces the receiver to be on time and where the quarterback expects you to be. And this is one of those examples, man. When those two things are on point, it results in a first down. Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
Second down and 8. Herbert. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Herbert. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
On 4th down, out is J.K. Scott to punt for the Chargers. Back deep for the Raiders, it's Trey Tucker. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Raiders offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive, so try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Minshew. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on 1st down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
On the give, this is Madison. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
Davis to return it. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Herbert. And that one is incomplete and brings us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We are through 1. It's the Raiders with the early lead. We're back in Southern California in a moment. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Johnston motioning over. Herbert to throw on 2nd down. That one complete to Johnston. And he's going to get this up near the first down marker. Tackle made at the 29-yard line.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
And he'll have the first down. He'll get him up around the 37.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? This 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Johnston motioning over. Here comes the jet sweep. And not a whole lot going to come from that one. Only to about the 39. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll run it with Gus Edwards. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. Marcus Epps up from the secondary to make the tackle.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Here now, 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. He's got the open man. That's McConkey. Number 15 gets 15 yards out of that one, and he's got his team a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll give it to Dobbins. That lane closes quickly. A pickup of 3. Divine Diablo there to make the play. 2nd and 7. On play action now. Oh, no chance there. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
They probably would have been better off just handing the ball off to the running back, Mike, because when they used him as a decoy, nobody fell for it. By the time he finished his fake and got his head around, the defense was all over him.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Herbert. He connects with Disley. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
The Vegas offense ready to get rolling again. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. The drive starts with a run by Madison. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
A run here with Abdullah. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, But if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
Throwing on 1st and 10, it's Minshew. Looking middle, and he's got Myers. Here's 2nd and 2. Minshew out of the pistol here. He completes it to Marshall. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. Good for a Raider first down. Two minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. On 1st and 10, it's Minshew. That's to the right side and caught by Bowers. And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 8-yard line. A gain of 11 there and a first down. They've got it at the 8, first down and goal. To throw once more, here's Minshew. It is brought in the end zone. Harris Marshall. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
14, Chargers nothing.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Here's Ladd McConkey to return. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The Chargers offense headed back to take over once more. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Now, Herbert. Now, a ball thrown deep for Johnston. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's 2nd down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove. When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Herbert going to try to throw on 3rd down. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Now the Chargers will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Herbert to the air again. And they're going to get to him and take him down taken back to the other side of midfield.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Now it's Dobbins.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
Here's J.K. Scott now. He'll punt for the second time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we come to halftime in this 2-touchdown game as we send you back east to sunny Florida. Standing by with our EA Sports Halftime Report, it's the coach, Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
There is his tight end, Disley. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Putting the tight end in motion. On the ground, here's Dobbins. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
At this point in the game, Mike, we just haven't seen a lot of fire out of this offense. Here's another run, simple handoff, no gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. Pistol here for Herbert. That's to the tight end, Hurst. They try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. They're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And the Chargers will punt, getting set to kick it away. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Raiders offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. In motion is Myers. Here's Minshew now on 1st and 10. That's caught by Abdullah.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second down and 3. On the handoff, it's Madison. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10. Marshall is on the move. He'll get this out to the left flat, and he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle, gets him down behind the line.
The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
To the right side, here's Madison. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. Working out of the gun, it's Minshew. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
To the air on 3rd down, it's Minshew. To the left side, it is caught by Myers.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
The Raiders send their punt team out. He's on for the 2nd time. They'll try to get something inside the 10. And we will not have a return here with this one angled out of bounds. So now here comes the Chargers as they get set to take it over once more. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Robert Spillane spills him there. Herbert to throw. Oh, he gets a good read defensively and intercepts it. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And his His offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. The shotgun, a throw for Minshew. This one into the hands of Marshall. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that anytime a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. You just saw a great example of it here.
And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
On 2nd down, here comes Madison. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. From the gun, here's Minshew. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Bowers. 13 yards the gain, down to the 13-yard line.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Here's Madison. And he's into the end zone. Alexander Madison. Touchdown, Vegas.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
Carlson now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Raiders will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. Davis now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chargers offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. run to begin this drive. It's Edwards. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Now Herbert on the bootleg. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Out of the gun, here's Herbert. Open man, left side. He's got it. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Charger first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Again, they'll throw with Herbert. Looking middle, and he'll get it complete to McConkey. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
He connects with Disley. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now Herbert again. Open man is the tight end Disley. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that 3rd down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Wow, this is the advantage to having a really effective passing game, Mike, as the defense now tries to adjust to stopping you through the air. It's a lot easier to mix it up and run the ball. There's a lot less defenders in there trying to stop you.
They'll send the tight end in motion right. On 1st and 10, here's Herbert. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
That is caught, and he'll take it on in. And McConkey, touchdown Chargers. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Cameron Dicker, the kicker for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Chargers get back in it. It is 21-7. Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one.
But it's not going to work out.
The Raiders offense ready to get back at it. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Here's 1st and 10. On 1st down, a run with Madison. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll run up the middle. It's Madison. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. This will not do the trick. They've stopped it behind the line. 4th down coming up. On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will stay a 2-possession game.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
The Chargers offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
It is 2nd and a yard. Shotgun now for Herbert. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Off-balance throw. It's complete.
Once the quarterback gets flushed out of the pocket, Mike, he has to make a split-second decision. Does he remain a passer and give his guys time downfield to work open? Or does he turn into a runner, just try to pick up some positive yards with his legs? I think in this case, the extra time paid off. Remained a passer, found an open target downfield, and he's able to get the ball to him for a nice completion.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down. Herbert to the air again. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Christian Wilkins, the former Dolphin, in there to bring him down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Robert Spillane. Late in the game, a big turnover goes back the other way, a back-breaking score.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, Mike, you're just trying to make something happen. You find yourself trailing, less than 2 minutes remain. You're just taking some chances. In this case, the chances backfire and the other team's able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
So this one, a win for the Raiders. And right away, you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
excitement. Dawn and Piplup set off on their journey, happily wondering what adventures await them in their brand new Pokemon world. As do we.
Here it is, the Sinnoh region. Think of all the Pokemon here. We're gonna make lots of new friends, and I'm gonna become the Sinnoh champ. No, Napalm did fuck you after all. I couldn't find Napalm anywhere, so I thought that might be the case. Pokemon was crazy, eh? Yeah, that's why I let Napalm stay with me. In that case, I'll be sure to send Napalm Pokeball over to Professor Rowan right away. Good thinking, Professor. Thanks a lot. No, that fuck. Let's rock. Pikachu! Who did it? What's wrong? I can't believe we're here. What's trouble in your latest Corpus Speed?
Direct from the battle frontier.
And Eagles owns the galaxy.
Sent here to fulfill our destiny.
Seems like a waste of energy for one point. Come back. Come along then.
So again.
Bring one Pokemon. Bring Pikachu back.
No thanks. Success. That's particle straight to the balls.
Don't forget to know who we are first. You never know where you're at before, so why change? Come on. After our long trip, let's have a look around. Well, it's making me want to build a house. So are you implying that my suggestions are less than sound?
I don't care. I'm fine. We're not okay like you.
You were such a good child. You deal with this.
You're this.
You take a joke.
When it comes to countering the monster rules.
When it comes to flying, I guess we all.
It looks like Ash's new Sinnoh adventure has gotten off to an explosive start, while at the same time, Dawn and Piplup's new journey, although a bit quieter, is following a similarly exciting path. And for all of